Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Osil, and in today's video it's time to do a finale of my fall perfume project, where my goal was to use all of my fall perfumes at least once. And then in this video I'm going to rank them from 1 points to 10 points and just give you a little review and my tracked uses, and just let you know which ones are my favorite and least favorites. So we're just going to start with the bottom. I only have one perfume that I've given 1 point, and all the perfumes I give 1.2 is definitely a considered decluttered object or a decluttered perfume. I'm not going to declutter any perfume just yet, but I know that this is automatically going in that category where I'm going to consider it in about a year's time. I still want to give the perfumes that I consider decluttering a last chance by the end of this whole project. But the perfume I've given 1 point is the Essence Chocolate Chaud. This is just a little sample I got in an advent calendar, I believe last year. Yes. So it's a Swedish cruelty-free brand that typically tries to dupe some of those really popular perfumes, just like the Eden brand that I have a lot of perfumes from as well. Now, I've only worn this once, and the reason why it's down at the bottom is because I had to go ahead and clean it off almost immediately because it was very itchy and irritating to my skin. So basically I had some sort of an allergic reaction to this. It is a very, very sweet artificial chocolate scent, and it is just not for me. So next we have 3 points because I'm skipping 2. I didn't have any perfumes that I considered to deserve 2 points, but I will say that whatever perfume gets 2 or 3 points are definitely on the chopping block. They are not perfumes I enjoy using at all, really. I'm just going to keep my glasses on for this because I'm reading a lot here because I made notes on everything. So the first perfume in the 3-point ranking is Fame by Paco Rabanne. I only use this once. This is a very classic feminine scent that has a nice opening, but it quickly just turns into a very heavy patchouli, which I don't like patchouli at all. Next we have a dupe from Eden for the Viktor and Rolf Bonbon perfume. This is number 513. I think when I originally purchased this, I thought I purchased Flower Bomb because that's the one I wanted, but I ended up getting Bonbon, which is fine. I'm glad I got to try this, but it's just a very, very intense perfume for me. I only used this once. It's very headachy. It's a little bit of a sweet caramel. It does have some jasmine in there and an amber base. In one way, it's kind of youthful. It reminds me of my younger days when I was a teenager or early 20s. These were kind of the sort of perfumes I would gravitate towards. Lasts okay, but it's just, while it lasts, it's just so strong and intense, and that's what I don't like about this. It's just too much. So the next one is number 23 from Eden again. This is a dupe for the Lolita Olympica perfume. Ugh. And from what I've read, this has changed a lot over the years, but I just don't know the full story. But to me, this smells like more of a powdery floral, a little bit sweet. It has licorice in it. I can't really smell the licorice, but it does have some violet, and I do smell some green notes too. But really overall, it's very soapy, very heavy, and it is long lasting, but it also kind of fades into the skin as just like a soapy scent, and I don't like soapy scents. So next we have the one and only in my 4-point ranking. This is the Ritual of Jing Sleep, Pillow, and Body Mist with Sacred Wood and Lavender. For a perfume to get 4 points, I would say it's not a perfume I dislike or hate wearing by any means, but it's just not for me. This is fine. It's a very peaceful, calming scent. I feel like this is really nice to use while I'm meditating or while I'm on a yoga retreat or something like that, or a spa. It would be nice as a room spray, and I get why it is a pillow and body mist. I'm glad I have just a little travel size of this, but it's definitely not a favorite, so only use this once. Next is my 5-point perfumes. I have 3 of them, and when I rank them for 5 points, it's because there's elements of the perfume that I do really like, but there's a lot I don't really love about it. It's just in the middle there, 5 points. It's just average. Let's start with Miss Dior. This is one I consider to be a year-long or year-round perfume. It works really well for all seasons, and that's why I'm going to include all my 3 year-long perfumes in all of my seasonal perfume projects. So this will be included in my intro for the winter perfume project as well. All right, I've worn this only once. This is a classic everyday perfume, very long lasting. It does start out with a very nice fruity opening. You get a lot of fruits mixed together, and I really enjoy the opening, but it quickly turns into a patchouli scent, which I hate again. It becomes very headachy, and I just don't enjoy that middle part. But after a good while, it does settle into a very nice floral scent. So it is growing on me because of the way it does settle. The next perfume that has 5 points, I wore 4 times because I just really wanted to get to know this. And I don't mind this at all, but I think I enjoy the opening more than anything. It has this pink pepper opening. I tend to like pink pepper in openings of perfumes. I've seen that over and over again. It's just a very sharp, tiny bit spicy, fresh scent that I really enjoy. Then for some reason, I get white wine, like, it's so weird, right after the pink pepper. And I also kind of enjoy that scent. I don't know what I'm picking up on. It does have a lot of rose and patchouli in the middle to base, I would say, which I don't enjoy. But it's also, the patchouli isn't completely overpowering and taking over the entire perfume, which I feel like patchouli notes tend to do. It's a good, okay-ish scent. I just don't know if it's for me, but I can see that maybe some people would like this. Lastly, at 5 points, we have Oliver Pesquet. I'll write it down here. The scent name is Divine Vanille. I only use this once. This is more of a masculine vanilla that smells more like patchouli, herbal, and tobacco in a bad way, because I can like tobacco and herbal scents in perfumes, but I don't particularly love it in this one. It's okay. It's a little bit on the masculine side, too masculine for me to really enjoy. Probably my least favorite vanilla scent that I have. We'll see. I do have, I'm planning on doing more of a note category ranking perfume video in the future, where I do have all my vanillas, for instance, ranked, and I have my fruity scents, my floral scents, my nutty scents, my gourmand scents. Like, I have plans about doing a lot of perfume content in the future, but I do need a moment to really get to know these perfumes. And yeah, this is just not a favorite, unfortunately. Next up, we have 2 perfumes that made it into the 6-point ranking category. We have Juliet Has a Gun Ode to Dullness, and then Oh Darling from Essence. And I used both of these only once. And the reason for these being in a 6-point ranking is I would say I like them more than I don't like them, if that makes any sense. First, we have Ode to Dullness from Juliet Has a Gun. This is also more of a masculine scent, which is not typically what I prefer, but I am enjoying this more and more. I don't like that pepper at first smell. It's not a pink pepper, I don't think. It also has a soft, spicy note from anise, not licorice, and then it has a clean white floral mixed with woody notes, or like a woody base. It's slightly sweet from tonka bean, which makes it a little bit more warm and cozy. So again, it's typically not what I go for, but I do like it more and more. It lasts for a good 5 hours. Nice for like fall daytime, doing errands, things like that. I also don't think it's a blind buy, so make sure you smell this before you buy it, or even try it out a little bit before you buy it, because it has more layers to it than just sniffing it from the bottle, if you know what I mean. So that's that. And then we have Oh Darling from Essence. This is actually a dupe for Armani Because It's You, or Because of You, or whatever it's called. I haven't tried the original, but I really, really enjoy the raspberry opening of this. It's what makes this an instant love for me, but then I don't like the rest. Although it's not, I don't hate it, it's just not an absolute love. It has some musk and sort of a soft rose, which is more easy for me to digest when it comes to florals. To have that either white florals or just the softness of a rose. But if the rose gets too in your face, I can't deal with it in a perfume. So the next perfumes are in my 7 out of 10 ranking, and these I used a little bit more than previous perfumes. I enjoyed these quite a bit more. So we're going to start with my least used out of the 4, which is the Le Labo the Noir 29. I actually wished that I used this a little bit more, but I only used it once. I've used it previously, so I do have a lot to say about this perfume because it's very interesting. So it's a fall everyday unisex scent, and it's very long lasting. I do smell a strong rose in the opening, which I don't love, as you might know, but it quickly turns into a aromatic and woody scent with a hint of tobacco that sort of becomes stronger as it lingers. It's great for rainy days. It has sort of this smoky feel to it, fresh, cool, a little bit boozy, sharp, and soft at the same time. I don't think anyone would find this offensive, but you have to like that smoky vibe of a perfume, I think, and a little goes a long way as well. So this is a sophisticated perfume that is growing on me, but it's not a typical perfume that I would gravitate to, but I am enjoying it more and more. So this next perfume is my daughter's favorite. I think she loves these Sol de Janeiro perfumes. This is the 71 Cheirosa 71. The writing has all come off, so I don't quite remember what the name was, but it is number 71. So I cannot for the life of me find my notes on this body spray, but I'm going to try to remember how I feel about this. First of all, one spray is almost too much. It is so strong, and even though I love my sweet scents and sweet gourmands, this is almost too much for me as well, that's saying a lot because I like my sweet scents. But it is a beautiful, warm, sweet caramely mixed with macadamia nuts scent. Very warm and cozy scent. Smells like a dessert, and it takes me forever. to go through this because I only need a little spray. Right, okay, I had to change my battery pack. So I'm back with the Seven Virtues Amber Vanilla. This is a very simple, everyday perfume that has the pink pepper in the opening that I really enjoy. It's very similar to Vanilla Woods, which is, I guess, the most popular, well-known perfume from Seven Virtues, although it's probably a little bit of a softer version of that, and I do think it works layering it with Vanilla Woods. It's a delicate, warm, sweet scent that is, it's a very safe scent, I would say. I don't think many people would dislike this scent. And lastly, we have my newest perfume purchase, which is the Lush Chelsea Morning. And this is the 30 milliliter. So this is what it looks like. Like I said, I just bought this like a week or two ago, so I haven't tried it out too much. I've only used this 3 times so far, but I do have a good first impression. I was looking for Yognog. They didn't have that in a perfume version. I believe they had it in the big spray. I didn't want a big bottle like that, at least not for now. So I was really just looking for a smaller bottle, and I had heard of Chelsea Morning being compared to Super Milk Primer, hair primer spray that I had years ago, and I did enjoy the scent of that. I didn't love it as a hair primer, but I really liked the scent. And they're correct. I do feel that there's a huge similarity between those two scents, but I guess this is more of a butterscotch kind of scent. It's the unisex scent is what it's described as. I think you have to really enjoy sweet, sweet gourmand scents. This has toffee, lemon, vanilla, tonka bean, a lot of sweet notes in here. And even though I do really, really, really like it, it does remind me of a room spray that I have that I'm so over. So for that reason, I don't know if I want to say I regret purchasing it, because I didn't realize until I got home and I kind of smelled the two next to each other. It's a very Christmassy scent, I would say, and I do enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, but I probably would have enjoyed it more if I didn't have the room spray that I've sprayed over and over for the longest time and that I was a little bit sick of. So yeah, it says used by 2029, July 2029. So I know that I should prioritize this scent a little bit. And this is kind of exciting too because it's my first Lush perfume, and I do really enjoy that brand. The next 3 perfumes are within my 8 points ranking category, and these are perfumes I absolutely love, but there's just something about them that makes me not want to call them, you know, my favorites. So, okay, let's start with Cherry Ambition from Seven Virtues. This I used twice. It mixes well with Vanilla Woods again. It has a sweet opening, very uplifting, aromatic, pleasant cherry. In the middle, you have the pink pepper, so that comes in a little bit later in this perfume, which I don't know if I love that. It also has saffron in the middle, which is also a note that I think I really enjoy. Marshmallows as well, and then it has a woody vanilla gourmand base. It lasts for about 6 hours. I truly, really, really enjoy this scent. I really do. I don't know what's holding me back, really. There's just something I can't quite put my finger on. It may be the fact that there are notes there that makes it a little bit on the heavier side. I'm not sure. So next we have a Pink Haze from Essence, and I have used this maybe once or twice in the past, and I only used this once during this project, but it is one that I have changed my mind on slightly after using it again this time, because It does remind me of Juicy Couture by Viva La Juicy, which I do enjoy. It does have those berry notes, light floral, caramely, vanilla notes. And in the beginning, I thought it was good, but I felt like it was a past perfume. But as I've been using it a few more times after my like first impression of it way back or last year, I do feel like it reminds me of Salt Air by Skylar in the base when it settles. And that is one of my top favorite perfumes of all time. So there's something about this that I really, really enjoy. And it has grown on me through these last few times that I've used it. And now I really, really enjoy using it. Next we have Not a Perfume by Juliet Has a Gun. I wore this twice, and this is a very interesting perfume because it's super, super simple and minimalistic. And at first it smells more like alcohol than anything else, but it does changes over time and it changes with your body chemistry. It also contains ambroxan. It is a woody, musky, my skin but better kind of scent that is hypoallergenic. It's unisex, not super strong. I think it's a great layering scent, even though I've only used it on its own today, and I do really enjoy it for that as well. I'm glad I have a little bit of a bigger sample size of it because I really enjoy it a lot, but probably not as much that I would consider repurchasing it, I don't think. We have 6 perfumes in the 9 points ranking category. These I would consider my favorites. The 10 out of 10 are like top, 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 top. I will always have in my collection. These I would absolutely consider repurchasing, but they're just not quite at the top, but they are absolute favorites. Okay, so let's start with these smaller ones. We have oh, this is actually the same as the big one. We have Cosmic Power by Charlotte Tilbury. Oh my gosh. I am almost like saving this perfume because I don't want it to end, because most likely I won't repurchase it, because if I will, it would only be for me. I only use this at night when I go to bed, because every single person I've asked, do you like this on me or not? Or do you like this perfume? They've told me, no, sorry, it's not good. I don't like it. I absolutely love this perfume, and I don't understand why people don't like it. This is so good. I've only used this twice because, again, I'm saving it, but this is what I consider to be a more oriental spicy perfume. So this has an elegant, warm incense kind of feel to it. Very interesting. It has a hint of rose as well, which typically I don't love rose, but it's just like a hint, and slightly sweet, very unique. Haven't smelled anything like this. I would say I have one perfume in my collection that sort of reminds me of this perfume, but they're not alike at all. It's also kind of energetic and uplifting because it has a note called Elemi, which I'm not super familiar with. It's kind of new to me, but I find that it's probably the note that I really enjoy so much and makes this so interesting to me. The Elemi note is a fresh lemon pepper aroma with a balsamic undertone, is what it says. And that's what makes it uplifting and energetic. And oh my gosh, I love it so much. And it's even more wearable as it dries down, but because it goes through so many layers of notes and it changes, and it's almost like it's telling a story to me. And it does last a very long time. It's great for, I would say, evening, nighttime, fall, winter is what it works for. I'm really on the fence about this one. Maybe I should purchase like a little 10 milliliter. I could do that. We'll see. But man, I do enjoy this so much. Oh, I forgot to track my use for today, which means I have used Not a Perfume 3 times. So, Okay, so next we have High on Chai from Essence. This is an original scent from them, and I love this scent as well. I believe I've used it twice, yes. And this is also a spicy, gingery scent as well, but it has more of that caramely vanilla warmth to it, and I really just love it for this time of year. Then we have a perfume that surprised me that I really enjoyed so much, and I'm a little bit sad about it because it's not cruelty free, because I do try my best to purchase only cruelty free perfumes, at least in like travel and full sizes. I have a lot of samples that aren't cruelty free, but that's because I've gotten them from friends, family, gift with purchase, and so on. So this next one is Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana. I have used this one 4 times. So this is a very long lasting perfume. It lasts for like 10 hours and just a little bit goes a long way. And so I don't like it the first few seconds. Just a few seconds, it just smells like alcohol, but then it quickly turns into something amazing. Like a really sweet cake, but added with some spices as well. So I basically get citrus, fruity, spicy scents, a little bit of some nutty notes in there as well. It's an amazing gourmand, and it settles as a really cozy vanilla. I love, love, love the scent, and I think I might purchase like the dupe version of this either from Essence or Eden sometime in the future because this is a delight. Next we have Dewy Desert, which I've used 3 times. This is also so good. I actually had a perfume advent calendar last year from Essence where I got all these little sample sizes, and then in the end you could choose a full size. So out of all the ones I tried from Essence, the Dewy Desert was the one that I ended up purchasing, and this is a dupe for Byredo Mojave Ghost. So this is considered to be a unisex nighttime fall perfume. It is warm. It's a little bit leathery, a little bit sweet, earthy, spicy, smoky, intoxicating, because you really want more and more of this perfume. And if I didn't say oriental spicy, it just has a little bit of everything. It's a little warm and sweet, but also spicy and smoky scents put in there. I really, really, really enjoy this scent. And lastly, in my 9 points category, we have Billie or Eilish by Billie Eilish. This I've had for a while now. I love this scent so much. So this is a very enjoyable, everyday, sweet scent that I really, really love. For some reason, I don't reach for it as often. I think it's maybe because it's very simple. It doesn't have a lot of layers to it, which I think is good for when you want to layer it with other perfumes, but on its own, it's not boring, but it's like I tend to grab for other ones that I find a little bit more interesting. But still, this is a great sort of sweet gourmand scent. It has a powdery vanilla and some chocolate in there. Very soft and pleasant. Also very, expect this to be very, very sweet. But I still like it. It's still on the verge of being too sweet, but I still really enjoy it. It lasts for about 4 hours, so it's not super long lasting, but I do have a bigger bottle. I think this is 30 milliliters. Yeah. So it lasts me for a while. I've used about 1/3 of it so far, and yeah, I do really, really enjoy it, and I might consider repurchasing it. Lastly, at the top, we have 6 perfumes that I absolutely love. These are most likely going to be in my collection forever. I don't really want to part with any of these, so once I use them up, I do repurchase. I have repurchased several of these in the past, and I'm going to continue to do so. So first off, this is completely new to me. So this is one that I haven't repurchased. I only tried this little sample of it, but I do know that I would really love to have it in my collection. This is Le Labo Santal 33. I'm sure you've heard of it. I've only used this twice, but this is a really nice fall everyday perfume. It's considered to be a unisex scent and it lasts for a very, very long time. I would say all day, all night. So, okay, this is going to be a weird description, but this is how I feel. Just hear me out. Now, I've seen some people saying that this smells like pickle juice, which is weird. I don't get that at all, but there is something almost slightly minty to it, and then I get a dry woody scent, which reminds me of my dad because he's a wood carver. So the scent to me is warm, earthy, woody, fresh, and cozy. And I very much get like sawdust or pencil shavings, but it settles as a slightly sweety, more creamier, woody scent. And I think this is amazing. I can't stop smelling it. I don't really get any floral notes, but I think this is an absolute masterpiece and I get the hype. So, love. I'm trying to think if I have repurchased the next one. I'm sometimes mixing the two perfumes here. But this is the Clean Skin or Clean Reserve Skin Reserve Blend perfume. And I would say this is probably within my top 5 perfumes of all time. This is also a masterpiece, if you ask me. This is creamy, deep, warm Madagascar vanilla with a cozy musk versus Classic Skin, which has more of a crispy musk, while Reserve is kind of sweeter in a way and more complex than Clean Skin Classic, because I have both. They're both within my top favorite of all time perfumes. I feel like I might as well talk about these together. I feel like this is a more of a simple, classic, everyday scent, while this is amped up a little bit and works better for evening, date night, going out sort of scent. But they're both amazing. But out of the two, I would probably pick the Skin Reserve if I had to choose. So the Clean Classic I've used twice, and the Clean Skin Reserve I've used 4 times. This I know I've repurchased several times. I think I've repurchased this one once. Then we have Sud Pacific Vanilla Passion, which I've used 4 times, and I believe I got this last year, and it has quickly become one of my favorites. And it's one of the few perfumes that I've gotten compliments on from my partner. It's just a very simple, straight up vanilla. You don't get a lot of other notes in there really. It's just a clean, soft, natural vanilla that I think is also great for layering because it's so simple in itself, but I really enjoy using it on its own as well. Lastly, I'm going to mention the 2 year-round perfumes that I will be including in all of my seasonal perfume project pans or projects. Cerruti 1881 I've used twice, and then the Eden dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540 I've used 4 times. I absolutely love both of these perfumes. I'm not going to bore you with talking over and over about this perfume. I've talked about it in depth in so many videos, and I'm sure you've seen a ton of videos on this particular perfume on YouTube, other places as well. This is such a go-to scent, and I actually am planning on getting, I think I'm going to get the hair mist from Baccarat Rouge 540, the actual one, and or like the original one. I do have the shower gel, which I really love. I have used up a previous bottle of this. This is just an amazing caramelized, sweet, amber, woody vanilla scent, and it's very long lasting, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to quickly talk a little bit about this one too, which this is like my all-time favorite signature scent. I've had this for years. I've repurchased so many times. Unfortunately, it's not cruelty free, but I am saving this. I really am. That's why I've only used it twice. I really want this to last for the rest of my life. This gives me so many memories. It reminds me of my childhood, my sister, my mom, my teenage years, like specific memories. It's just so dear and close to my heart. But it's also an extremely good, very, very long lasting perfume as well. It came out in the 90s, so that's why I've had it for so long. I think it was pretty popular in the 90s, and it has just been an all-time favorite ever since. It is in the woody floral family. It is very floral heavy, so it's a weird thing that it's such a favorite for me because I'm not into floral scents really. I very rarely like floral perfumes. I'm more into vanilla, gourmand, fruity scents, but I do think it's because it contains more white florals, which are easier to digest for someone like me. And although it's not super easy to describe, because it does have such a complexity to it, I will just say that it is a very unique, almost like seductive scent. It works for every day, day and night, but it is on the heavier side. So just a little goes a long way. It lasts forever until the next time you shower. It lasts forever on your clothes until you wash them. And so it's very hard to find. I don't know if it's discontinued or what, but if you can get your hands on this, I don't think this is gonna disappoint you. And those were all my fall perfumes. I will also say I had to bring this one in from my winter wardrobe. This is the Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford dupe, the number 470 from Eden. I just love this. I think I used this like 4 times during the fall. I can't stop using it. It's, again, one of my favorite perfumes, so I just had to mention it. It's lovely, but it's going to be included in my winter perfumes that are coming up next that I'm going to work with. So I will talk more about it in that video. I managed to go through all of my fall perfumes and I used them all at least once. I also was able to rank them, which I'm really happy about because that makes the job so much easier when I'm done with all of these projects, so that I can easily figure out which ones I want to declutter, put it on the chopping block, put in a perfume use up project pan. I would love to hear what your favorite fall perfumes are. I do like my vanilla gourmand scents, like the more cozier scents in the fall, but I also like some spicier smoky notes added to it. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!